So yesterday we discussed about inter-process synchronization, and I think at last you have noted it down. The definition of inter-process synchronization: a set of protocols and mechanisms used to preserve system integrity and consistency when concurrent processes share resources that are serially reusable. So at a time we are unable to use the resources, but we are able to use it serially, one after the another. One process will use that resource, and after some time another process will use the same resource, and that's why it is called as a reuse. Use and reuse, so reusable. Okay, so now we'll proceed further to the second point from the chapter. So according to the syllabus, uh, yesterday I shown the syllabus. We discussed background yesterday, and today we'll discuss about the critical section problem and Peterson's algorithm. So these 2 points we'll try to cover. Actually, first of all, we'll discuss critical section problem, and based upon that problem, we are providing the solutions, and these solutions are nothing but the Peterson's algorithms. So three algorithms we are discussing. Before that, we'll try to clear what do you mean by critical section and what do you mean by critical section problems. Note down in your notebook the second point, the critical section problem. Okay, so critical section problem. So consider a system consisting of n processes, P0, P1, like up to Pn minus 1. Each process has a segment of code called a critical section. So in the sense, each and every process is having critical section. We'll see exactly what is by critical section. For a while, it depends upon the number of processes. So if there are n processes, so each process is having its own critical section. Each process is having its own critical section. If in the system, if n processes will be there, so then n critical sections will be there. So each process is having its own critical section. So if P1 is there and P2 is there, so P1 is able to enter in its critical section. So P2 is not able to enter in the critical section of P1, or P1 is unable to enter in the critical section of P2, like that. So that's why they need to use their own sections, own critical section. Further, what is this critical section? It is the segment of code. It is a segment of code. It consists of a number of instructions, like our program. So our program consists of number of statements in the same fashion. So each statement further converted in terms of process. And what is process? It is set of instructions. Process is set of instructions. So like that, this critical section is also segment of code. So some part of code, program code will be there, which is acting as a critical section, and each process is having its own critical section. So each process has a segment of code called a critical section, in which the process may be changing common variables, updating a table, writing a file. In short, shared resources or common resources are get updated, get manipulated within that critical section. So what process does exactly in its critical section? So it changes common variables. So yesterday we discussed about the example producer consumer, and we discussed two solutions. And in the second solution, actually first solution was having some small disadvantage, that is one position of the memory, it was not utilized properly, and that's why we went to the second solution. And according to the second solution, so in the second solution they use the counter variable. So that counter variable, so producer was incrementing that counter variable and consumer was decrementing that counter variable. So this counter variable is acting as a common variable between producer and consumer, assuming producer as one process and consumer as another process. So we consider two processes in the system. One is called as a producer, another is called as a consumer, and they were utilizing the common variable, that is the counter. So if such common variables are there, if such common resources are there, so how these resources are utilized? So to utilize these resources or to do operations on such resources, operating system allows process to use the critical section. So it is a segment of code called as a critical section, in which the process may be changing common variables. So in this section, process is manipulating only the common variables or global variables. So which variables are called as a common variables? As the variables which are used by all the processes. So if the variable is common, so all processes are unable to use that variable at a time. So they need to mutually understand with each other, mutually communicate with each other, and they need to distribute the time, and in their time slot they need to utilize this variable, and where this variable is get updated inside the critical section. So actually process is having different sections, and one of the section is critical section. And what is this critical section? It is a segment of code where the common variables are updated, where the common tables are updated, where the common files or shared files are updated. So critical section is a sequence of instructions with a clearly marked beginning and end. So to this critical section, so as each process is having its own critical section, so that critical section is marked with a clearly beginning and end. So it usually safeguards updating of one or more shared variables. So usually whenever the common variables are there or shared variables are there, so these variables are provided security. What do you mean by security over here? So that is nothing but the safeguard. Safeguard. So how the security is provided? So when that variable is updated by one process, so during that time or during that moment, so that variable access is not given to other process. For example, you may just take the simple example. On your laptop you can open one of the file. एखादी फाईल तुम्ही ओपन करा, कुठलीही असू द्या. It may be word file, it may be your Excel file, PPT, etc, etc. Open that file and minimize that file, and just try to copy that file in your pen drive. Just try to copy that file in your pen drive. So I want to ask question to you people. So can anybody tell me, can I copy that file? Yes. But I said, open any document and try to copy that document in the pen drive. Is it possible?
No, ma'am.
No. Why it is not possible?
Because the file is running in background, so we cannot copy.
Good. So actually it's running in the sense somebody is using that file. So who is that somebody? Process. So already one process is working with that file. So another process is unable to access that file, and this is nothing but the safeguard. This is nothing but the security provided to the common resource, because two processes are there and they want to access the same file. Two processes. One process has already displayed the file, so this is the display process, and another process, copy process. So that process also want to use the same resource. That process also want to copy the file to somewhere else. So two processes trying to access the same resource. So if they are trying to access the same resource at a time, so it will not allow. So it is the work of operating system to safeguard that file. Otherwise, what happens if OS allows both the processes to access the file? So the file data may be get updated, and maybe wrong data may be accessed by processes. So one process is trying to modify that file, and another process is thinking that this is the original file. So the data may be updated by another file. So the first process may be unable to get the correct data, right? And that's why when the common resources are in use, maybe by one of the process, so in that case other process can't use that resource till that resource is released by that process. So actually three operations are there with respect to the resource. So whenever any process want to use the resource, so that process have to first of all request that resource. First of all, request that resource. What do I request? That is, check the status of that resource, whether it is busy or free. Requesting in the sense, it checks, it writes the part of code, it executes the part of code with the help of which that resource status is checked, whether that resource is busy or free. If it is busy, it allows process to wait as it is busy with other processes. If it is free, it will be get allocated. And this is called as a one section called as an entry section. So critical section. So before entering in the critical section, process have to execute entry section. So critical section is having two sections as a safeguard sections, or these sections they are taking the care of the critical section, because inside the critical section only common variables or common resources are modified or manipulated. So that's why in the entry section, so request is made by the process to check the status of that resource, whether it is free or busy. If it is free, then it enters in its critical section. If it is busy, so it just waits in the entry section. And once the use inside the critical section will be over, so it goes to the exit section. So critical section is having two sections. One is the entry section, another is the exit section. Okay, so each process is having its own entry section, its own exit section, its own critical section. But as compared to these other sections, so critical section is the main section, because over there the common resources are manipulated, and that's why more importance is given to the critical section. Okay, so critical section is a sequence of instructions with a clearly marked beginning and end. It usually safeguards updating of one or more shared variables. When a process enters a critical section, it must complete all instructions therein before any other process is allowed to enter the same critical section. Actually, P1, for example, system consists of two processes, process P1 and process P2. And suppose both processes want to utilize the resource R1. Listen carefully. Two processes are there, P1, P2, want to access the resource R1. So R1 is the common resource. So either P1 will be using R1 or P2 will be using R1. So when P1 is utilizing R1, in the sense P1 is in its critical section and trying to update or trying to do something with R1. So when P1 is in its critical section, so P2 is unable to enter in its critical section. As I said that I'm using the word its critical section because each process is having its own critical section. Each process is having its own critical section. So when one is in the critical section, other may not be able to enter in its critical section, because the critical section, because that common resource is in lock of first process. It is in lock of first process. Like yesterday's example, I have taken the example of changing room. Changing room. Suppose two customers are there, say C1 and C2, customer 1, customer 2. If customer 1 is inside the changing room, so I may say that the changing room acts as a resource. Changing room acts as a resource. So I may say that a resource is busy with customer 1. Customer 1 is in its critical section because it is utilizing that resource. And whenever that customer 1 will be inside the critical section, so customer 2 may not be able to enter in its critical section because the resource is busy. Because the resource is busy. So what customer C2 have to do? So customer C2 will check the status. So after checking the status, he or she will come to know that it is busy. It is busy. So what he or she will do? Obviously, they will wait. Where they are able to wait, so they are in waiting in their entry section, because entry and exit, it is the entry for critical and exit from the critical section, right? So once the customer 1 will does the work and comes out, so I may say that when the customer will come out, I may say that now the resource is released by customer C1. The resource is released. What is the resource? Changing room. So it is get released. It is get released by the C1, and now C2 is trying to check the status every now and then, because the C2 is waiting. So at one time C2 understands that now the resource is free, so we can use it. So it enters in its critical section. So whenever C2 will be in its critical section, so again, if C3 enters in the system, C3, third customer, so third customer have to wait. I hope you are understanding the concept. Right, students? Yes, are you getting my point? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is nothing but the concept of critical section. So critical section, each process, so n number of times I am repeating the same statement. I said that each process is having its own critical section. Each process is having its own critical section. If there are n processes trying to access the common resource, so n critical sections will be there. So these are the frequently asked questions for the technical interviews. So each process is having its own structure, each process is having its own entry section, its own critical section, its own exit section, and one more section is there, that is the reminder section. So once I complete this description, I will show you the structure. So when a process enters a critical section, it must complete all instructions therein before any other process is allowed to enter the same critical section. Only the process executing the critical section is allowed to access the shared variable. All other processes should be prevented from doing so until the completion of the critical section. Right? So if P1, if C1 is inside the critical section, so C2, C3, C4, so whatever number of processes are entering in the system, so they have to wait. And once C1 comes outside the critical section, once the critical section, the resource will be released, so other processes, they need to decide. So again, operating system will decide who will enter in the critical section with respect to the part of scheduling, which we discussed in the third chapter. जर एकापेक्षा जास्त प्रोसेसेस असतील आणि कुठल्या प्रोसेसला क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जायला पाहिजे, सो दॅट विल बी डिसाइडेड विथ द हेल्प ऑफ शेड्यूलिंग बाय द operating system. If two processes will be there, so one will enter and then second will be able to enter. If more than two are there, so in that case again scheduling will be used, and according to the scheduling sequence, the process is able to enter in the critical section. Like a printer, so you want to take the printouts. So if 10 students are there and if they want to take the printouts with the help of one printer, so printer is treated as a one resource, and these 10 students are treated as a 10 processes. So at a time, only one process is able to enter in its critical section to take the printouts. Once the taking of printout with respect to P1 are over, so again second student is able to enter in its critical section, because printer is the common resource. Because printer is the common resource. So when the concept of critical section is applied, if the resources are common, if the resources are shared, right? So when a process enters a critical section, it must complete all instructions therein before any other process is allowed to enter the same critical section. Only the process executing the critical section is allowed to access the shared variable. All other processes should be prevented from doing so until the completion of the critical section. So this is often referred to as mutual exclusion. So this condition, whatever just we said, that only one process should be in its critical section, other processes should not enter in their critical section till the first process will leave that critical section. So this condition is called as a mutual exclusion. This condition is called as a mutual exclusion. For example, 10 students are there, they are trying to use one printer, so they need to mutually communicate with each other. So I will use first, then you can use, then the third student can use. So this is nothing but the kind of cooperation. So they need to cooperate with each other. If they are not cooperating with each other, there may be quarrel, right? 10 स्टुडंट ते जर एकमेकांना समजून घेतले, बाबा पहिले 10 मिनिट किंवा पहिला अर्धा तास तू वापर, त्याच्यानंतर मी वापरतो, त्याच्यानंतर हा वापरेल, like that onwards. So this is called as a mutual understanding. This is called as a mutual understanding. So if they are doing mutual exclusion, that is where they are trying to mutually understand with each other, so then only it is possible to share the critical section. So this it is referred as mutual exclusion, in which single process temporarily excludes all other processes from using a shared resource in order to ensure the system's integrity. Otherwise what happens? if more than one process is trying to enter in the critical section, so system's integrity will be get breaked. जसं की तुम्हाला म्हटलं एकच प्रिंटर आहे 10 स्टुडंट आहेत आणि जर ते एकमेकांना समजून घेत नसतील आणि सगळेच म्हणायला लागले की मला आता सध्या वापरायचंच आहे प्रिंटर, तर तिथे काय होईल, प्रिंटर तर युटिलाइज होणारच नाही आणि त्या 10 स्टुडंटचं काम पण होणार नाही. सो दे मे डू द quarrel. So this is called as a system integrity is not maintained, right? So this is about the critical section. So actually what is the problem? So the critical section problem is to design a protocol that the processes can use to cooperate. क्रिटिकल सेक्शनचा प्रॉब्लेम काय आहे, जर प्रोसेसेस कोऑपरेट नाही केल्या तर काय होईल, इट विल बी ट्रीटेड एज अ प्रॉब्लेम बिकॉज common critical section is there, that is resources are common and at a time only one process is able to enter in the critical section. So if all processes are trying to enter the critical section at a time, so there will be the problem. This is called as a critical section problem. I hope you are understanding the concept. So two concepts are there, one is critical section, another is critical section problem. Critical section म्हणजे काय, प्रत्येक प्रोसेसचा त्याचा सेपरेट क्रिटिकल सेक्शन असतो. त्या सेक्शन मध्ये काय करते ती प्रोसेस, जे काही कॉमन व्हेरिएबल्स आहेत ते युटिलाइज किंवा यूज करायचा प्रयत्न करते. आणि प्रॉब्लेम काय, जर क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीमनं सगळ्या प्रोसेसेसना एकदाच एंट्री करायला सांगितलं, इन द सेन्स OS is allowing all the processes to utilize the resource at a time, so there may be the problem, and this is called as a critical section problem. And what we need to design, so we have to design the solution. The critical section problem is to design a protocol that the processes can use to cooperate. So we need to design one protocol. In the sense, protocol is nothing but again set of instructions. So we need to set the rules and regulations in such a manner that all the processes, they will cooperate with each other and they will finally utilize the resource properly. So resource will be utilized properly and all the processes will be going for execution without any problem. So all the processes will be get executed and resources also get utilized. So this is called as a system performance will be get increased. So critical section problem is to design a protocol that the processes can use to cooperate. Each process must request permission to enter its critical section. So just now I said that if I want to utilize common resources, so I need to check the status of that common resource. I need to check the status of that common resource. So by checking the status, whether the resource is free or busy. Whether the resource is free or busy, so that is called as a requesting the permission. So each process must request permission to enter its critical section. The section of code implementing this request is called as a entry section. So I want to enter in that section. Again same example, I want to enter in the changing room, but when I am able to enter in the changing room, if it is free, if it is free, if it is not free, in the sense it is busy, if it is busy I am unable to enter, right? So I will be in the intersection only. So what is my work in the intersection? Just to check the status of that resource. So what is by checking the status of that resource, I am requesting, I want to use that resource, I want to use that resource. So when I am able to use it, if it is free, if it is not free, so I need to wait. So whatever the task executed for doing this, it is called as an entry section. म्हणजे एखादा रिसोर्स मला वापरायचा असेल तर त्याच्यासाठी मला अगोदर रिक्वेस्ट करायला लागते. What do by making a request to the resource? So again this request is processed by the operating system. So operating system checks the status of that resource, whether it is busy or free. If it is free, the resource will be allocated to the process. Otherwise operating system suggests process just to wait. That is waiting state, right? So everything is done by the operating system. Processes, they are just trying to communicate with each other through operating system. So the section of code implementing this request is called as an entry section. The critical section may be followed by an exit section. So once the use of common resource is over, so process have to go to the exit section. So exit and entry, these are with respect to critical section. If I want to enter in the critical section, I have to execute the code related to enter section. And once my use is over, so I need to release that resource. And to release that resource, I have to execute the code which is present in exit section. Which is present in exit section. So the remaining code is the reminder section. Okay, so if you again recall the concept of process, आपण दुसऱ्या चॅप्टर मध्ये प्रोसेसचा कन्सेप्ट क्लिअर केलेला आहे. सो डन बाय प्रोसेस इट इज सेट ऑफ instructions. So how many instructions are there? There are more than one instructions. So few instructions may be related to request entry section, few may be related to critical section, few may be related to exit section, and few may be related to the reminder section. So actually two main sections are there. One is critical and another is reminder. In critical, common resources are utilized, and in reminder, local resources are utilized. So I'm using two words, common or global. So global resources are used within critical section, and global or local resources are utilized in reminder section. Okay, so only to enter inside the critical section, process have to do lot of things. But in case of reminder section, as it is using local variables, local म्हणजे त्याचे स्वतःचे प्रायव्हेट व्हेरिएबल आहेत, त्यामुळे तो कधीही वापरू शकतो, त्याच्यावर कधीही ऑपरेशन करू शकतो. So that part is called as a reminder section. So in reminder section, process uses or accesses the local variables, and in critical section it accesses the global variables. Global म्हणजे common resources. Either you can call it as a variable or resources. So mostly in case of our programming, so we are taking the help of variables, and these variables we are trying to modify, and that's why the word used over here is global variables and local variables. So local variables you can call it as a private variables, and global variables, these are the public variables in terms of programming language, right? So this is the general structure of typical process. So each process enters in the entry section, checks the status of resource. Which resource? That is global resource or common resource. If it is free, it enters in the critical section, because after entry section, critical section is there. If it is free, it enters in the critical section. Otherwise, it will be in the entry section waiting for the critical section. And once the work inside the critical section will be over, it comes to the exit section. That is nothing but releasing resource. Entry section is nothing but requesting resource, and exit section is nothing but releasing the resource. So request, use, release. In entry section, it requests the resource. In the critical section, it tries to use that resource. Use in the sense it modifies the resource. त्याच्यावर काहीतरी ऑपरेशन करतो, जसं की आपण काल काउंटर प्लस प्लस आणि काउंटर मायनस मायनस ह्या दोन प्रोसेसेस आहेत. तर काउंटर प्लस प्लस मध्ये काय करतोय? So the value of counter is incremented. That is nothing but the operation done by the process on the variable counter. And in case of counter minus minus, so counter variable is decremented. So where these operations are performed? In the critical section. So if we assume counter plus plus as P1 and counter minus minus as P2, so when P1 will be in its critical section, P2 will not be there in its critical section. When P1 will be in the exit section, then only P2 is able to enter in the critical section, right? Because both are sharing the common variable, that is counter. And in the reminder section, whatever private variables are there, so they are trying to use the reminder section, right? So this is the do while, infinite do while loop. So this is going on everywhere in our real life also, right? So wherever the public variables are there or global variables are there, so we need to do the cooperation, then only we are able to use the shared or common variables. And wherever the private variables are there, so no need to take the permission of anybody, so we can utilize our own local variables, right? So this is the general structure of typical process PI. So it is shown over here. And what is the problem? Just now I discussed problem काय होऊ शकतो? So in the operating system, there are more than one processes, and most of the processes they want to share the common resources. And what are the common resources with respect to operating system? So two are the major common resources. One is the processor and another is the memory, right? जर कॉम्प्युटर कन्सिडर केलं तर त्या केस मध्ये दोन महत्त्वाचे रिसोर्सेस आहेत जे की शेअर्ड आहेत. So one computer system is having only one processor and one memory. So that memory may be RAM, that memory may be secondary memory, etc., etc. Right? So these are the two common resources. So as these two common resources are utilized by n number of processes, so there is the need of critical section, right? So any doubt? Yes, students, are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt? Anybody is having any doubt? Come on, students, you are not responding. Bhushan Deshmukh. Yes, Bhushan, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so any doubt?
No, ma'am.
So one more thing, you can call me after lecture. So I received one mail with respect to you.
Okay, ma'am.
So other students, if you are having any doubt, you can ask. So this is somewhat difficult to understand, but still I'm trying to clear it. So I said that this is the general structure of any process, and further, so if there is critical section, so there will be the problem. So then the problem will be there if everybody is trying to enter the critical section at same time. And how to solve that problem? So we need to provide the solution. So we are trying to provide the solution. So some solutions, standard solutions are provided in this operating system. And before a discussion of the solution, so we are discussing the conditions or the requirements satisfied or should be satisfied by these solutions. And there are three conditions. So the solution, a solution to the critical section problem must satisfy the following three requirements. So whatever solution we are designing, whatever algorithm we are designing, so that algorithm should satisfy these three requirements. If it is satisfying these three requirements, then only we are calling it as a correct solution. Otherwise, we are not calling it as a correct solution. So like that, three algorithms are given as a part of Peterson's algorithm. Actually, now throughout this chapter, we are discussing about only solutions to the critical section problem. So just now we discussed critical section problem. So to this problem, different solutions are provided. So first of all, we'll discuss three solutions provided by Peterson. So these are called as a algorithm 1, algorithm 2, algorithm 3. And then we are going to discuss some of the limitations of this Peterson's algorithm, and due to which we are moving to the synchronization hardware. That is, some hardware solutions are also suggested. It is called as a synchronization hardware. And again, beyond that, than Peterson's algorithm and than synchronization hardware, some better solutions are also there, and these better solutions are nothing but semaphore and monitor. Okay, and here in the classical problems of synchronization, so we are discussing about some real life case studies with respect to this synchronization problem. So we'll move to the solution. So before moving to the solution, I said that solution should have satisfied these three requirements. So first requirement should be provided by the solution, that is mutual exclusion. So what is by mutual exclusion? If process Pi is executing in its critical section, then no other processes can be executing in their critical section. So Pi, we used variable Pi. So I is equal to 0 to n. So if P0 is in critical section, assuming that all these processes are acting as a cooperating processes. So when we are calling these as a cooperating processes, they are sharing the common resources, right? So if they want to share the common resources, and if P1 or P0 is in its critical section, so remaining, that is P1 to Pn minus 1, so these processes may not be able to enter in their critical section because the resource is in use with process P0. So this is called as a mutual exclusion. So as I said that 10 students and 1 printer. So if roll number 1 to 10, so 1 to 10, they want to utilize the single printer. So roll number 1 may be utilizing printer. So during that time interval, so roll number 2 to 10, they should not use the printer, in the sense they should not enter in their critical section. They have to wait because roll number 1 is using printer. So once roll number 1's use is over, so roll number 1 will execute exit section, then only maybe roll number 2 is able to enter in its critical section, like that onwards, depending upon the order, in which order we want to execute the processes. So this is mutual exclusion. So they need to mutually exclude each and everybody when one is using that resource. So this is the first condition should be satisfied by the solution. Second condition, it is called as a progress. So if no process is executing in its critical section, listen carefully to understand the second condition. It is most important condition. If no process is executing in its critical section, so here I have just drawn some of the diagrams. Assume that in my system 5 processes are there and nobody is there in the critical section. 5 जण आहेत, 5 स्टुडंट आहेत, सध्या कोणीच प्रिंटर वापरत नाहीये. In the sense, nobody is in their critical section. If no process is executing in its critical section and some processes wish to enter their critical section. So maybe 5 processes are there. 5 processes are there. Out of them, nobody is there still in the critical section. And out of 5, few wish to enter their critical section. 5 पैकी, maybe for example, 2 processes they want to enter in the critical section. म्हणजे ते 2 process कुठे असणार आहेत? एंट्री सेक्शन मध्ये असणार आहेत. टोटल 5 प्रोसेसेस आहेत, त्यातल्या 2 एंट्री मध्ये आहेत आणि मे बी 3 रिमाइंडर मध्ये असतील. त्यांनी ऑलरेडी यूज केलेले क्रिटिकल सेक्शन आणि त्या सध्या त्यांचे प्रायव्हेट व्हेरिएबल अपडेट करतायत. So in the sense, nobody is there in the critical section, but 2 now they want to enter in the critical section. So some processes wish to enter their critical section, then only those processes that are not executing in their reminder section can participate in the decision. तर ह्या केस मध्ये ह्या 5 पैकी कुठल्या प्रोसेसेस पार्टिसिपेट करू शकतात किंवा कुठल्या प्रोसेसेस क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये एंट्री करू शकतात, ज्या एंट्री सेक्शन मध्ये आहेत. ज्या रिमाइंडर सेक्शन मध्ये आहेत त्या क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये एंट्री करू शकत नाहीत. Why? Because they are indicating that we have just used critical section and now we are in the reminder section. So they have already used the critical section, then only they went to the reminder section. So that's why to whom the chance should be given? The chance should be given to the processes who are in the entry section. So if no process is executing in its critical section and some processes wish to enter their critical sections, then only those processes that are not executing in their reminder section can participate in the decision on which will enter its critical section next. And this selection can't be postponed indefinitely. म्हणजे मी किती प्रोसेसेस घेतल्या? 5 घेतल्या. 5 मधल्या 3 रिमाइंडर मध्ये आहेत, 2 एंट्री मध्ये आहेत. त्या दोघांपैकी कोण एंट्री करायला पाहिजे? सो दॅट विल बी डिसाइडेड बाय द ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम. बट व्हेन टू डिसाइड दॅट थिंग, सो दॅट शुड बी डिसाइडेड विदिन द टाइम बाउंड, विदिन स्पेसिफिक अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम. म्हणजे असं नाही की डिसिजन घ्यायचंय म्हणून ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम 2 तासानंतर किंवा 3 तासानंतर डिसिजन घेऊ शकते. नो. So operating system have to decide some time, and within that time bound only the decision should be taken so that critical section will be busy. Otherwise, if OS is not taking action, decision, so critical section may be not utilized properly. In the sense, common resources are not utilized properly. So that's why the second statement is given. This selection can't be postponed indefinitely. So whatever selection that is out of these 2 processes who should enter in the critical section, so that selection should be done immediately within time. So it should not be postponed indefinitely. So that decision should not be postponed for long amount of time. It should be taken within the short amount of time so that critical section will be busy. So got the clear idea about progress? Yes, students. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I will take the same example again. So as I said that 10 students are there, roll number 1 to 10, they are waiting for the printer. त्यात असंही असू शकते त्या 10 पैकी एक 4 किंवा 5 जण ऑलरेडी प्रिंटर वापरून थांबलेले आहेत. त्यांचं म्हणजे थोडे प्रिंट आउट काढलेले आहेत, मे बी त्यांना थोडा वेळ ब्रेक घ्यायचंय. सो दे हॅव ऑलरेडी यूज द क्रिटिकल सेक्शन. So 4 to 5 processes, they have already used the critical section and then now they are doing their own task. Maybe त्यांना ब्रेक घ्यायचंय, त्यांना भूक लागलेली आहे, ते जेवायला बसलेले आहेत आणि अजून जे काही रिमेनिंग 5 आहेत त्यांना पण प्रिंट आउट काढायचे, पण मे बी ते तिथे अवेलेबल नाहीत. त्या 5 पैकी मे बी 2 जण अवेलेबल आहेत, 3 कुठेतरी अजून बाहेर फिरतायत, लॅबच्या बाहेर फिरतायत. म्हणजे रेडी मध्ये इंटरसेक्शन मध्ये कोण आहेत? फक्त 2 जण आहेत. So other 3 they are again outside the entry section, yet they have not entered there in the entry section. So these two should participate in that decision. म्हणजे प्रिंटर कोणाला द्यायला पाहिजे? त्या दोघांना. का तर ते दोघं वेट करतायत. So they are waiting. So 3 are not waiting. Actually they checked the status of that printer as it was busy, so they went outside. Is it right? ते 5 जण ऍक्च्युली 5 जणांना पण वापरायचे, पण त्या 5 जणांपैकी 3 जण तिथे नाही थांबलेले, ते कुठेतरी बाहेर जाऊन दुसरं काहीतरी काम करतायत. पण ते 2 जण तिथे वेट करतायत आणि उरलेले 5 जण त्यांनी ऑलरेडी प्रिंट आउट काढलेत आणि त्यांना मे बी ब्रेक घ्यायचा, त्यांना जेवायचे. म्हणजे या प्रिंटर कोणाला द्यायला पाहिजे? जे 2 वेट करतायत त्यांना द्यायला पाहिजे. आणि त्याच्यामध्ये पण दे नीड टू अंडरस्टँड ईच अँड एव्हरीबडी, बोथ ऑफ दम. त्यांनी एकमेकांना समजून घेतलं पाहिजे की बाबा तू पहिल्यांदा प्रिंट आउट काढणार का मी. So that is called as a mutual exclusion. So in this decision only these 2 processes will be there, and again from that 2 who will enter in its critical section, so that decision should be taken immediately by the operating system so that the resource will not be free, it will be utilized properly. So this is called as a progress. So here I have shown the diagram. So that is I have shown 4 sections: entry section, critical section, exit section and reminder section. So some may be in the entry section, some may be in the reminder section, like that onwards. Okay, so only those processes that are not executing in their reminder section, ज्या प्रोसेसेस रिमाइंडर सेक्शन मध्ये वर्क करत नाहीयेत किंवा एक्झिक्यूट होत नाहीयेत, अशाच प्रोसेसेसना आपण पार्टिसिपेट करण्यासाठी अलाउ करतोय. इन द सेन्स म्हणजे कुठल्या प्रोसेसेस? ज्या एंट्री सेक्शन मध्ये आहेत आणि ज्या एक्झिट सेक्शन मध्ये आहेत. लिसन केअरफुली. रिमाइंडर सेक्शन मध्ये नाहीत म्हणजे ते कुठे असू शकतात? एकतर एंट्री मध्ये असतील किंवा एक्झिट मध्ये असतील. आपली कंडिशन काय? सध्या क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये कोणीच नाहीये. सध्या क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये कोणीच नाहीये आणि आपल्याला काय करायचंय? आपल्याला कोणाला तरी क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये एंट्री द्यायची आहे. मग कोणाला देऊ शकतो आपण? ज्या प्रोसेसेस रिमाइंडर सेक्शन मध्ये एक्झिक्यूट होत नाहीयेत. म्हणजे कुठे एक्झिक्यूट होत आहेत? त्या एकतर एंट्री सेक्शन मध्ये एक्झिक्यूट होतात किंवा एक्झिट सेक्शन मध्ये. मोस्टली एंट्री मध्ये असलेल्यांना आपल्याला चान्स द्यायचा आहे. पण असं पण असेल, फॉर एक्झाम्पल रोल नंबर 1 ते 5 वेटिंग मध्ये आहेत, 6 ते 10 रिमाइंडर मध्ये आहेत. रोल नंबर 6 ते 10 रिमाइंडर मध्ये आहेत, म्हणजे त्यांनी ऑलरेडी प्रिंटर वापरलेला आहे आणि सध्या ते त्यांचं काम करतायत. आणि जे 1 to 5 मध्ये आहेत, 1 to 5 मधले सपोज 1 to 4 एंट्री सेक्शन मध्ये आहेत आणि जी 5 प्रोसेस आहे ती एक्झिट मध्ये आहे. 5th प्रोसेस कुठे? एक्झिट. एक्झिट म्हणजे काय? त्यांनी जस्ट क्रिटिकल सेक्शन वापरलेलं आहे आणि आता सध्या ती रिलीज करतीये रिसोर्स, म्हणजे प्रिंटर देणार आहे ती. पण असंही होऊ शकते त्या स्टुडंटला त्यांनी प्रिंट आउट काढलेत आणि त्याच्या हातून बाय मिस्टेक एखादा प्रिंट आउट राहिला असेल तर तो काय करणार आहे? लगेच तुम्हाला प्रिंटर देणार आहे का? नो. सो ही विल टेक दॅट प्रिंट आउट अँड देन विल रिलीज. म्हणजे एक्झिट सेक्शन मध्ये जर प्रोसेस असेल तर ती बॅक क्रिटिकल सेक्शनला येऊ शकते, because yet it has not totally executed exit section. Once it has executed totally exit section, it indicates that it goes to the reminder section, right? But if it is inside the exit section, so it is having chance to enter in the critical section once again. And once it executes the exit section, then it goes to the reminder section. Got it? So the processes which are not in the reminder section, so such processes they are able to participate, and in that also, So to whom we should give the first priority? So the processes who are in the exit section, they should be given first priority, and then the second priority will be given to the entry section processes, because they have not entered in the critical section. So hope you are understanding the concept. Yes, students. Yes, are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
So only one student is responding every now and then. I don't know what happens with others. Yesterday also I observed. So actually I stopped my lecture. Almost 10 minutes I was just observing. So almost 30 to 40 students, they were not leaving the meeting also. So it should not be there. It should not be there. So see, if you are lying, तुम्ही जर आम्हाला फसवत असाल तर आम्हाला फसवायच्या अगोदर तुम्ही स्वतःला फसवता एवढं लक्षात ठेवा. So it's my request to all of you, if you are attending the lecture, so attend it sincerely. It is required for you. These are the core subjects, basic subjects. If you clear your concepts, then only you are able to understand, or then only you are able to live in your lifelong journey, because these are the core subjects and you require everywhere, every now and then during your lifetime. जोपर्यंत तुम्ही काम करणार आहात ऍज अ सॉफ्टवेअर इंजिनियर, तोपर्यंत तुम्हाला हे कन्सेप्ट तुमच्या सोबत लागणार आहेत. सो ट्राय टू क्लिअर द बेसिक कन्सेप्ट विच इज मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट. बेसिक कन्सेप्ट जर तुमचे क्लिअर नसतील तर तुम्हाला पुढे काहीच कळणार नाही. इट्स क्वाईट डिफिकल्ट. आणि तेव्हा मग वेळ निघून गेलेली असते आणि त्यावेळेस मग तुमचं जर पहिल्यापासून सुरुवात झालं तर तिथं तुम्हाला तुमचा लॉस करून घ्यायला लागतो. त्यावेळेस वेळ निघून गेलेली असते. ओके. So it's my request to all of you, please sincerely attend the lectures. You have to just listen. You have to just listen. If you are not understanding the concepts, please ask the questions. So ask us, please repeat. We'll repeat maybe 4 or 5 times, doesn't matter, but try to clear your concepts. Okay. So this is the second condition, progress, which should be satisfied by the critical section solution. That is solution, whatever solution we are providing to the critical section problem. So we are discussing about the conditions should be satisfied by the critical section problem solution. So this is the second condition. And third condition is the bounded waiting. So bounded waiting, so the word itself explains what is by bounded waiting. So waiting time should be bounded one. Waiting time should be bounded one. There exists a bound on the number of times that other processes are allowed to enter their critical section after a process has made a request to enter its critical section and before that request is granted. असं नाही व्हायला पाहिजे ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम कडून. एक जर प्रोसेस क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये असेल आणि तीच प्रोसेस अख्खा पूर्ण टाइम तीच प्रोसेस जर क्रिटिकल सेक्शन वापरत असेल, सो व्हाट अबाउट अदर्स? So others they are unnecessarily waiting. So that waiting time should not be infinite. It should be finite. It should not be unbounded. It should be bounded. It is called as bounded waiting. So if I am waiting, so I should wait for a particular amount of time. So that waiting time should not be infinite. Like your real life examples. तुम्हाला एखादं काम करायला सांगितलं असेल, मे बी दुकानात जायला सांगितलं असेल आणि काहीतरी घेऊन यायला सांगितलं असेल, आणि जर तिथे गेल्यानंतर तुम्हाला जर तो दुकानदार तुमच्याकडे तुम्हाला रिस्पॉन्सच देत नसेल, तुम्ही एकदा मागाल, दुसऱ्यांदा मागाल, तिसऱ्यांदा मागाल, त्यानंतर तुम्ही काय करणार? मॅक्झिमम विल वेट फॉर 5 minutes 10 minutes, राईट? सो बियॉन्ड दॅट व्हॉट ही विल डू? शी विल नॉट वेट देअर बिकॉज युअर वेटिंग शुड बी बाउंडेड. एव्हरीवेअर इट इज ऍप्लिकेबल, राईट? जर आपण अननेसेसरीली तासन तास तिथे जर उभारलं तर आपल्याला लोक वेडात काढतील, याला काय कळतच नाही, याला रिस्पॉन्स नाही दिला तरी पण हे इथंच थांबले. सो वी आर हॅव्हिंग n number of options, n number of shops. So if we are not getting the reply, so we should terminate from there and we should start our journey once again, right? So this is called as a bounded waiting. So there exists a bound on the number of times that other processes are allowed to enter their critical sections after a process has made a request to enter its critical section and before that request is granted. म्हणजे त्याला क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जायचंय कोणाला? other processes. Now what by other processes? One is in the critical section and other are waiting. What by waiting? So they are trying to execute the entry section. So what by entry section? Checking the status of the resource. They are requesting the resource. To whom they are requesting? to the operating system. So operating system should listen to them. Operating system should listen to them. So as they are trying to request the resource, so their request granting time should be finite. त्यांनी रिक्वेस्ट करतायत पण त्यांची रिक्वेस्ट ग्रँटच होत नसेल ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम कडून, सो दे मे से दॅट ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम परफॉर्मन्स इज नॉट गुड, right? So this is called as a bounded waiting. So whatever solution is provided to the critical section problem, so that solution should satisfy the third condition, that is bounded waiting. So total 3 conditions are there. First one is called as a mutual exclusion, second one is called as a progress, and third one is called as a bounded waiting. Yes, any doubt? Yes, students. Yes, anybody is having any doubt? Okay, so if you are not having doubt, you can just note it down. So we have just discussed the critical section, and we discussed the problem, and then we discussed the requirement, that is 3 basic requirements should be satisfied by the solution. Yet we have not started the solution. So throughout the chapter we are discussing about the different solutions. So we'll see whether all solutions they are satisfying these 3 conditions, or whether they are satisfying only 1 condition or 2 conditions or 3 conditions. So like that we are discussing the solutions, but before that you can just note it down. So I hope you have written the critical section problem. So under that, write, consider a system consisting of n processes P0 to Pn-1. Each process has a segment of code called critical section, in which the process may be changing common variables, updating a table, writing a file, etc. So write down the definition of critical section. Meanwhile, if anybody is still not getting the concept, they can raise the hand or they can ask the question. Are you writing? Yes, students?
Yes, ma'am.
I think your session is there at 2:30, right? Is it today?
Yes, ma'am.
Shared by Pankaj Gaikwad, sir, project coordinator. Okay. So write it fast. So we'll discuss one algorithm and then we'll stop. Is it over? So don't write this last paragraph. You can write this. What is the problem? Actually, definition of critical section you should know. You should be able to define the problem. So critical section problem is to design a protocol that the processes can use to cooperate. Write down this. Each process must request permission to enter its critical section. The section of code implementing this request is the intersection, followed by an exit section. And then the remainder section code is executed. Okay, below this, you can just write this general structure of typical process PI. This is the most important one. You should know each process is having its own structure, and that the general structure is shown over here. So each process, first of all, enters in the intersection to access the critical section. It totally depends upon the utilization of the variable. If they are trying to utilize the global variable, they need to enter in the intersection, then critical section, and then exit section. And if they don't want to utilize the global variables, so in that case, there is no concept of cooperating processes. So they can utilize their variables at their own time, at any time. Write the typical structure of any process. To show what is done during the critical section. So during critical section, process accesses the global variables, and during reminder section, process accesses the local variables. Okay, then write A solution to the critical section problem must satisfy the following three requirements. First one is called as mutual exclusion. Write down the definition of mutual exclusion. If process PI is executing in its critical section, then no other processes can be executing in their critical section. So here in its critical section, the word used is its because each process is having its own critical section. They are not trying to enter in others critical section. प्रत्येक प्रोसेसला त्याचा स्वतःचा separate critical section असतो. And if the other processes want to utilize the common resources, they have to enter in their critical section. Okay. Then the second condition, it is progress. Note down progress. Again, these are the frequently asked questions during technical interview. What done by mutual exclusion? What done by progress? What done by critical section? What done by critical section problem? What done by bounded weighting? Okay, third condition is bounded weighting. Hope everybody is noting it down. Okay, so these are the three basic requirements should be satisfied by the solution. Now we'll discuss about the solution. So first of all, we're discussing about two process solutions. Hope everybody is listening to me. So first of all, we'll discuss two process solution. What is by two process solution? That is, system consists of only two processes, not more than two. So only system consists of only two processes. So some solutions are given, and if system consists of more than two processes, that is multiple processes, some other solutions are provided. So again, this is the kind of invention. So first of all, the scientists or authors, they try to provide the two process solution, and then they try to provide the multiple process solution. So first of all, we are discussing about two process solution, and these two process solution, according to our syllabus, these are called as a Peterson's algorithms. Okay, so this is our third point from the chapter, Peterson's algorithm. So these Peterson's algorithms are nothing but the two process solutions. So three algorithms we are discussing. So under Peterson's algorithm, three algorithms are given. So in the next section, we'll see actual implementation. There are three algorithms which give solution to the critical section. So this is the first algorithm. Name of the algorithm is itself algorithm 1. So three algorithms are there: algorithm 1, algorithm 2, algorithm 3. Under Peterson's algorithm, three algorithms are there. And what is their limitation? So they are applicable or they are used only when the system consists of only two processes. त्यांचं लिमिटेशन काय असणार आहे? जर सिस्टीम दोन पेक्षा जास्त प्रोसेसेस कन्सिस्ट असतील किंवा असतील सिस्टीम मध्ये, तर त्या केस मध्ये हे अल्गोरिदम वापरू शकत नाही. सो दिस इज द लिमिटेशन ऑफ दीज Peterson's algorithms. So we'll first of all discuss about algorithm 1. So first approach is to let the processes share a common integer variable, say turn, initialized to 0 or 1. So turn, so that is normally we are saying that either your turn will be there or my turn will be there. एक तर तुझा टर्न असेल किंवा माझा टर्न असेल, because only two processes are there. So here we are assuming process I and J. So either I will be in the critical section or J will be in the critical section, right? जर I critical section मध्ये असेल तर J waiting मध्ये असेल किंवा मे बी रिमाइंडर मध्ये असेल. मे बी J ना ऑलरेडी क्रिटिकल सेक्शन वापरलाय आणि मग रिमाइंडरला गेला असेल आणि त्याच्यानंतर ना I आलेला असेल. So it depends upon the situation. So first approach is to let the processes share a common integer variable turn initialized to 0 or 1. If turn is equal to I, जर I चा turn असेल, then process PI is allowed to execute in its critical section. जसं म्हटलेलं असते, दोन प्रोसेसेस आहेत आणि ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम आहे. दोन स्टुडंट आहेत, त्यांना मॉनिटर करायला एक टीचर आहे आणि टीचर जर ज्याला चान्स देईल, so that student will be able to enter in the critical section. जसं की आता आपण एक्झाम्पल घेतलं प्रिंटरचं, दोन स्टुडंटला प्रिंटर वापरायचंय पण ते दोघांमध्ये कोऑपरेशन करू शकत नाहीत, so they need to take the help of teacher. So teacher will decide to whom the printer should be given first. So that is nothing but either your turn, so you can use first or you can use second. So like that the variable turn is used, so either the turn of I will be there or the turn of J will be there. Okay, so here the turn of I is given. So listen carefully to understand the algorithm. Again, it's very small algorithm. So infinite do while loop is there. So do while turn not equal to I, जेव्हा I चा turn नसणार आहे, so semicolon. So semicolon indicates that if turn not equal to I, so if I's turn is not there, so do nothing. Otherwise enter in the critical section. Otherwise enter in the critical section. So turn is equal to J. So turn not equal to I. Turn not equal to I in the sense I चा turn नाहीये, म्हणजे J चा turn आहे. म्हणजे कोण एंटर होईल क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये? J एंटर होईल. आणि ती कंडिशन फॉल्स कधी होईल? So while turn not equal to I, when this condition will be false if the turn is equal to I. I hope you are understanding. So try to understand the condition. While loop मध्ये जी कंडिशन दिली आहे ते अंडरस्टँड करायचा प्रयत्न करा. कंडिशन दिलेली आहे टर्न नॉट इक्वल टू आय. कंडिशन ट्रू असेल तर काय करायचंय? डू नथिंग. जे हे कोणासाठी चाललेलं आहे? प्रोसेस आय साठी चाललेलं आहे. जर तुझा टर्न नसेल तर तू क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जाऊ नकोस. सो जस्ट डू नथिंग. डू नथिंग इन द सेन्स वेट. अँड इफ द कंडिशन इज फॉल्स, if the condition is false, while मध्ये जी कंडिशन दिली आहे while च्या ब्रॅकेट मध्ये ती जर false असेल, so what it says, you can enter in the critical section. So this is assumed that, so if I's turn is not there, so I should not enter in the critical section. If the I's turn will be there, so I will be able to enter in the critical section. I चा टर्न नसेल तर कोण असणार आहे क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये? J असणार आहे. आणि J चा टर्न नसेल तर क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये कोण असणार आहे? I असणार आहे. Because only two processes are there. It is the two process solution. Either the turn of I will be there or J will be there. So assuming that I's turn is there, so if I's turn will be there, so turn not equal to I, this condition will be false. So I will be entering in the critical section. So after critical section, once the critical section use of I is over, so I goes to the exit section. What is there in the exit section? In the exit section, turn is equal to J. Turn is equal to J. So if you are observing over here, so the first rectangle, that is the while statement. So it indicates it is the code related to entry section. Then critical section related code will be there. Then exit section related code. So what is the exit section related code over here? Turn is equal to J. जर I critical section मध्ये गेला असेल आणि I चं काम संपलं असेल तर I ने एक्झिट सेक्शन मध्ये येऊन काय एक्झिक्यूट करायला पाहिजे? आता माझा टर्न संपलेला आहे, माझं यूज झालेलं आहे. So now you can give the turn to J. So that's why in the exit section the statement is turn is equal to J. Entry section, critical section, exit section, and then remainder section. So what is done in the critical section? That is again it's optional with respect to that process. So process will decide what to do, whether to increment that variable or decrement that variable, or whether to add something inside that in that variable, etc., etc. It's the part of process. But here the entry section code is given and exit section code is given. So here, if you observe, so this is the structure of process PI. हे कोणाचं स्ट्रक्चर दिलेलं आहे, PI चं स्ट्रक्चर दिलेलं आहे. जर PJ चं स्ट्रक्चर तुम्हाला ड्रॉ करायचं असेल, so what you need to do, while turn not equal to J. जर PJ चं स्ट्रक्चर तुम्हाला द्यायचं असेल, so wherever I is there, so replace I by J and replace J by I. So while turn not equal to J, critical section, turn is equal to I. While turn not equal to J. So if the condition is true, so J may not be able to enter in the critical section. If it is turn of I, so J may be in the waiting state. That is nothing but the entry section, right? So turn not equal to J. So if this condition is false, then only J is able to enter in the critical section. And once it comes from the critical section, it have to execute the code turn is equal to I. So my use is over. Now give the turn to I. Hope you are understanding. Yes, students. Yes. Any doubt? Come on. Anybody is having doubt?
No, ma'am.
So note down the first algorithm. So this is the first algorithm 1. We are discussing about the third point from the syllabus, that is Peterson's algorithm. Under Peterson's algorithm, it is the two-process solution. So under that first algorithm, so this is a simple algorithm where the variable turn is used. So if the turn of I will be there, so I will be in the critical section. If the turn of J will be there, J will be in the critical section. So here two processes are assumed. One is PI, another is PJ. So these are the two processes. So you may assume P0, P1 also. You may assume P2, P3, like that onwards. It depends upon your assumption. Accordingly, your statements will be get modified. So note down this algorithm. So we'll discuss remaining two algorithms. Actually, this algorithm is having again the disadvantage, drawback. So you can just think what will the drawback. Otherwise, we'll discuss in the next lecture what is the exact drawback and due to which we are going to the second solution. That is algorithm 2. So meanwhile, I will take the attendance as your session is there. So you can do attendance and you can join that session. So A division, answer your attendance. Roll number 1, 2,
Present, ma'am.
2. Roll number 2, 3,
Yes, ma'am.
4,
Present, ma'am.
5,
Present, ma'am.
6,
Present, ma'am.
7, 8, 9, 10, 10,
Present, ma'am.
11,
Present, ma'am.
12, 13, 13. Roll number 13, Swapnali.
Yes, ma'am.
14,
Yes, ma'am.
15, 16,
Present, ma'am.
17,
Present, ma'am.
18,
Yes, ma'am.
19,
Present, ma'am.
20, 21,
Present, ma'am.
22,
Present, ma'am.
23,
Yes, ma'am.
24, 25,
Present, ma'am.
26,
Present, ma'am.
27, 28, 30, 29, 29, 30, 31,
Present, ma'am.
32,
Present, ma'am.
33, 34,
Present, ma'am.
35,
Yes,
30
ma'am.
36,
Yes,
37,
ma'am.
37, 38, 39,
Present, ma'am.
40,
Present, ma'am.
41, 42,
Present, ma'am.
43, 42 is there? 40,
Present, ma'am.
43, 44,
Present, ma'am.
45,
Present, ma'am.
46,
Present, ma'am.
47,
Present, ma'am.
48,
Present, ma'am.
49, 50,
Yes, ma'am.
51, 52,
Yes, ma'am.
53, 54, 55, 56, 57,
Present, ma'am.
58,
Present, ma'am.
59,
Present, ma'am.
60,
Present, ma'am.
61,
Yes, ma'am.
62, 63,
Yes, ma'am.
64,
Yes, ma'am.
65,
Yes, ma'am.
66,
Present, ma'am.
67, 68,
Present, ma'am.
69,
Present.
70,
Present, ma'am.
71,
Present, ma'am.
72,
Present, ma'am.
73, 74,
Present, ma'am.
75, 75 is there? Okay, Shubham.
Yes, ma'am.
76,
Present, ma'am.
yes, 76, 77,
Present, ma'am.
78, 79,
Present, ma'am.
80, 80. Okay. B division. 1,
Present, ma'am.
2, 2, 3,
Yes, ma'am.
4, 4, 5,
Present, ma'am.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Present, ma'am.
11,
Present, ma'am.
12,
Present, ma'am.
13, 14, 15,
Present, ma'am.
16,
Yes, ma'am.
17,
Yes, ma'am.
18, 18, 1, 8,
Present, ma'am.
19,
Present, ma'am.
20,
Present, ma'am.
21, 22,
Present, ma'am.
23, 23,
Present, ma'am.
24, 25,
Present, ma'am.
26,
Present, ma'am.
27,
Present, ma'am.
28,
Yes, ma'am.
29,
Yes, ma'am.
30,
Present, ma'am.
31,
Present, ma'am.
32,
Present, ma'am.
33,
Present, ma'am.
34, 34, 35,
Present, ma'am.
34 is also present.
34 present.
Okay, 35, 36, 37,
Present, ma'am.
Present.
36 is there?
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Okay. 37 present, 38,
Present, ma'am.
39, 40,
Present, ma'am.
41, 42, 43, 44,
Present, ma'am.
45,
Yes, ma'am.
46, 47,
Present, ma'am.
48, 49, 50,
Present, ma'am.
51,
Present, ma'am.
52, 53,
53 present, ma'am.
54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59,
Present.
okay, 60, 61,
Present.
62, 63, 64,
64, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
yes, 65, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70,
Present, ma'am.
71, 72, 73,
Yes, ma'am.
74,
Present, ma'am.
75,
Present, ma'am.
76, 77, 78,
Present, ma'am.
79, 80.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. So anybody missed the attendance?
812, ma'am.
Hmm?
812.
B
812.
812. Okay.
A02.
Hmm?
A02.
A02. 828. A67. 42. Okay, I have taken note. 67, A2, A67, B79. B79 is present. Aditya Keskar.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So anybody else? Otherwise, you can leave and join that session. We'll stop here.